experiencing the sense of me or a self in pride. Multiple moments of it's even hard to say. There's like wanting to go into description rather than experience it. Experiences of pride, of that mechanism of wanting to get credit, wanting to be the reason, to know I am the reason, and for others to know I am the reason that they are having an experience. And when it's looked at in the other direction, so there's like the sense of self, and so that's like the gross form that's like most immediately recognizable. When it's flipped around, there's like looking at, does this give credit to the beings that have uh, um, transmitted, been available, explained or described things? And in a moment, it can be very, very deep that just tremendous gratitude can arise. Um, but in looking right now, there's like, no, there really is a sense that, yeah, they helped, but I did it. I did something. And I've seen this before, I've seen it here in and with clients, like the how much more meaningful or powerful something seems to be when we feel like we've discovered it, stumbled upon it, whatever, ourselves. It's happened so many times that, I mean, it happens, I think, with parents all the time. And it's happened with supervisees, like where they'll share that they've offered a reflection or an option or a viewpoint or an attitude or whatever to a client, maybe repeatedly. And then sometime later, that person feels that they discovered that thing on their own, something that has been being said, and then suddenly it has great import. It's like, the funny thing of like sharing books or podcasts or YouTube videos or whatever with other people. This was meaningful here, and it really sometimes there can be an opening, a big opening because of the conditions and the person offering it. But most of the time, like that's if there's like a lot of maybe deference or respect or something. Oh my gosh, this person that I value and think is important is thinks I'm important enough to share this thing with me. So then it can be really received with like openly because of something else in place structurally in the belief structure and identity structure and relationship to that person. But most of the time it's like we want to discover it ourselves, and then we want to be the person to like share it with somebody. And I shouldn't even say weeks. I don't know how it is for other people, for sure. There can be every possibility in existence. But that happens here. And I've watched it like with friends, and like sometimes no longer sharing things, just recognizing that like there's no reason. Sometimes they'll be sharing. That's happened more recently where there's sharing and then saying, this is like a potential starting point, but follow your interest, your curiosity, your guidance. So um, these terms or this template or this person might be a starting point, but yeah. But that's not what's most important here. Directly. Directly is the tell of more um, misunderstanding in the belief structure. Like, what is that? Not what conceptually, like what directly experientially is that discomfort. So here, how it arises is somebody is reporting doing very, very well, like not in the like acquiring of things way. There's so much well-being, there's so much ease, zen, relaxed, whatever. It's either seen or experienced, or they're noting it and reporting it and wanting to be the reason and wanting them to think I'm the reason, to see, not even think, but for it to be true that this is the cause, this individual person is the cause, and they know it and see it. And then what? So that happens. So then what? And it is that slipperiness, because when it actually does happen, there's not the credit can't be located. When it actually happens, it goes straight past the body mind into mystery. Um, Sometimes there will be a momentary thought or recognition of the beings that have supported. Um, but it kind of generally go into emptiness. It just, and there will be a catching of it for the person sometimes, like a little change in the energy tone in the body, an awkwardness maybe, or oh, I don't know how to, it might feel a little good, but how do I, yeah, it's like a moment of uncertainty and awkwardness. So, so is that what's wanted? Like what? And who wants it? Where's the one that wants that? How does that happen? What is that? And the same question with like that feeling, that sense that like, yeah, there's been help, but I have worked or I have discovered. it is a claiming in that respect. It is really seen right now very clearly that it is a claiming after the fact of a happening that was witnessed. Because there is stuff that happens like this processing or whatever is a happening. It is in a way an expenditure of energy. But then after the fact, it's like it is claimed somehow. So that one isn't quite as compelling or yeah, it's the other way that really feels like it's got juice, it's got legs, it's got history in the body, a belief, a deeper belief structure. The other way is kind of seen through pretty quickly and is doesn't have a lot of resonance in the body. But the wanting credit, wanting to be the cause and to get credit. Yeah, it's like wanting to go like take a nap, which is like this is what it's like it's like a resistance. There's like firmness, stuckness here. And when it's happening or when it's not happening, when this isn't getting what it wants, there can be some subtle irritation, impatience, boredom, almost like get on with it, or somebody else is talking, or in the past, I can feel the beginnings in the past, it would be like full, just like wanting to say, wanting to claim credit, wanting to say what it knows, point out what it's pointed out before, said or shared, or oh God, it feels so good to go like directly at it. So good. So good, the unraveling. It's so, the unraveling is so much more well-being than having the thing or trying to get the thing. Trying to get the thing is so unpleasant. Believing that that thing is needed. That it's just not where it's at. It's just not where it's at. It's so clear right now. It's like in every that striving for to be seen, special, reputation, knowing, separate and um, revered, or oh, that is so unpleasant. It is so unpleasant, and it's amazing how believable it can seem, or it has seemed, that that is where happiness resides. That yeah, right now it's like I don't know if it's ever even said that. It just seems to go for something seems to go for it. And it's almost like in the going for it, it is backwards extrapolated or assumed. Like there's like going for it. Well, this must be going for it to get something. Going for it must be good because it's what's happening or something. God, it's so wild how that, how, again, it's seen as just itself. The grabbing is just grabbing without being seen clearly. It really does seem to imply someone grabbing, that grabbing is good, that it's a good thing to have, that it'll be better to have it. But none of that is actually in that. How does that happen? It's just grabbiness. Yeah, and that I don't know the order of things. I don't know if it's grabbiness and then the unpleasantness and grabbiness to stop the unpleasantness. What was that? Like I'm just, little bit ago, just sitting talking, and like the mental thing is like you don't see that I'm doing it or something, and wanting you to see that I'm doing it. What? And I don't know what came first, that thought or the discomfort. The friend is talking about how they're doing, and there's irritation. Yeah, there's wanting to get something out of the experience. And they're trying to get something out of the experience. In the sharing, that was felt too. Like conversation can be just going like it's in happening, but it's almost like it can be felt there's when it tips into extraction, like trying to that really did, and I don't even know if that's real or if that's true, but that's how it felt like, okay, now like there's too much youing. And so then there's meing. And again, I don't know what came first. There could have been meing first. And like when we're interacting, how we want attention to get an experience. And it might not even be that fancy or complex. Like it really might be that just a moment of grabbiness is a moment of grabbiness. A moment of pushing away is a moment of pushing away. There's not someone doing it. It doesn't mean anything. It's not going anywhere. It's not coming from anywhere. But the mind can make it seem that there's before and after that, or a reason, or yeah, the pleasant, unpleasant tones just come and go, I think, quite possibly. Yeah. And then how unmoored the feeling of like, no, there's no anchor, no lifeline, no, yeah, in that recognition. There's no center, there's no me and you. It's like this. pairing, this wine pairing happening right now of the free fall, which isn't down, it's in every direction. It's, yeah. And like the recognition of still silent space. Like yesterday there was going to a sound bath and there was real enjoyment. There's a capacity here, more and more to like the deep belly breaths, low deep belly breaths that this body didn't used to be able to do. Um, and So real enjoyment of that during the sound bath and then feeling the vibrations in the body and then um, the breathing wanted to go faster. I wanted it did. The breathing went faster. And then some teary shaking. And it was enjoyable, free to do that. And afterward, the sound bath person, like I watched the experience. It was like super powerful for him. Like that was the most powerful thing. And I saw some Kundalini. He called it Kundalini. And um, you could see the like taking credit, thinking he knew something about it. And then there's like educating, like based on his own experience and words. And here it was like, that happens all the time. Inside, I didn't say it, but like there was like the sense this isn't special. It's not special. You're not special. It wasn't special that it was just an experience. It's just something that happened. And of course he has no way to know that this happens all the time. It's, uh, so I'm like trying on that overlay back again. This happens all the time. It's just an experience back into the encounter that just had with a friend. And I feel the dis-ease. It's slightly pleasurable also. Again, it feels slightly sexual and like the aliveness of the body. Like putting that template of that simplicity. Like this just happens. It doesn't mean anything. It's not going anywhere. Wasn't because of anything. Onto like that desire to be recognized or given credit. So it just landed that that happening, the the longing for credit or whatever that happened, the discomfort in the body, not a problem. That too doesn't mean anything. It's not because of anything. It's not going anywhere. Beliefs can unravel in so many different ways. And now that same kind of unraveling is offered for the unraveling that just occurred. Also, even that process or that's just itself. And this is just this. There isn't a way things are. There isn't a way people are. There's an experiencing of a sense of a self like any other experience coming and going, like a smell or a flavor or it's like free to be there. It's not anything. It's not it's not what it seems to say it is in a way, right? It's a sense of there being a self does not a self make. Like a smell isn't a thing. It's not a smell. It's an infinite, it's got no beginning and no end. It seems to have a beginning and seems to come and go, but when it shows up and when it leaves cannot be defined. What it actually is cannot be defined. We can look at pieces, 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 but it just keeps like the partless particle in a way, right? Like what is a smell? It can be keep being broken down into finer and finer pieces. And it's empty also, and there's no definitive line. Like if it was like a like elements, I don't know how to, like the smell is elements in the air. Is it a smell when the elements are in the air? Is it a smell when the element like reaches the nostril? Is it a smell when the brain registers it? Is it a smell when there's a thought of recognition of the smell before with a label? Oh, that's turmeric or whatever. And it's a sense of self too. It's like it washes over seemingly. Is it the moment the name was given? Was it the moment the name was said? Was it the moment the name was heard? Was it the moment the name was heard and there was a thought about this body? Was it the moment there was a something unwanted and then a protection associated with the name? Like when self arise, where does it go? And it's being said very kind of matter of factly and almost scientifically, but it's also being directly experienced as either not around or around, or not kind of driving by or driving by or through or so that like free fall, scary or whoa, like that isn't an experience that can happen, but it's not a big deal. The they're not being someone because it's already true that there isn't, but that there can seem to be. And even that seeming to be can come on stronger or milder, just like a smell can be really strong or really mild. It's barely perceptible, or there can be a memory of it, a thought of a smell, an anticipation of a smell. there's also appreciation for the different, schools of Buddhism and how, some would say that the Buddha nature is like constant or something or always there. Some would say that it's cultivated or it's dormant or something, right? And it's like, yeah, yes, they're both like imperfect conceptual frameworks for direct experience. There is like a no thing, qualitylessness, qualitylessness presence that seems to be obvious every time it's checked, but it also isn't, can seem to not be primary, like primarily what attention is on at times. So it can seem to disappear, seem to show up. It can also seem to always be there, but it has no qualities. So it's also, is it ever there? Is but then all those qualities are seem to be. So how could they seem to be without this, something uniform? It's like they just like come home to each other and like cancel each other out and affirm each other at the same time. And that comes together. It's like the can't, no, can't contain, can't hold, can't conceptualize, can't accurately or successfully or something. There is nothing that actually makes this experience just as it is not okay. Even if there's a lot of discomfort or tension or uh, racing thoughts or whatever, there's nothing that actually makes this a problem. There's nothing that disallows it be whatever it is and not be whatever it's not. Totally free already.